and welcome to How to TradingView tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be diving into the Smart Money Maker indicator. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's a lot of text written on here, but this is how you find it. Okay, it's in the invite-only scripts, and that's where it appears. Okay, now there is one piece of information I want to let you know. I will not be sharing how to access this. I will, however, share the Discord that this indicator belongs to. It is a Discord group, and they're not affiliated with me in any way. However, when I came across this, I find it to be extremely useful. Rather than spending an extra couple minutes marking up the charts, this kind of does these specific spots for me. And I found it to be extremely helpful. Okay, so let's just dive into the indicator and explain what all of these things mean. Okay, so you can see just lines, boxes, and lines through the 50% of those boxes drawn up. The CHOCH, BOS. There is, where is that other one? Right here. FVG, right? And these boxes and what they actually stand for. Okay, so OBS, there's an OBB. Okay, so what do they all mean? Let's start with the boxes. So OBS means order block, sell. Now, if you've watched any of my tutorials in the past, or if you've went through the trading masterclass, OBS, or the order block sell, is it's just another way of explaining the institutional buys and sells that I've jumped into before, right? So what that means is that there is very large institutions that place very large bids in these particular areas. And what that means is, because of the amount of money that goes into that specific zone, it's going to be blocking it from going up further or lower, right? Depending if it's a sell or a buy. Change of character means that, if this is going through a sell and it pops above a certain zone, it's showing a change of character, means that it is going to be switching from a bullish to a bearish trend, or vice versa, right? Break of structure means, for example, if it, as you can see, here, for example, right? Let's dive into this area. So it's dropping, and on the short term, you see that it didn't break through that area. It went up, and it made a slightly new high compared to where these wicks were, and then it dropped through that zone. So that broke structure, and it started going lower, right? Similar idea, where it started going up, and then it finally, you could see that this was the lowest wick. It didn't break. It finally dropped lower. Break of structure, right? Change of character means that if it actually went above this particular wick, this is where that ended up happening. Okay. Right. So the FVG, what that actually means is fair value gaps. Now, what a fair value gap is the same way that I explained imbalances, right? So there's a large amount of money that just shot a particular pair in a certain direction very quickly, right? And that didn't allow a lot of retail traders or other institutions to jump in on that movement. So what it means actually is that they're usually caused by impulsive moves that can be new economic calendar data, right? So Fed moves, or the CPI data, or inflationary rates, that sort of stuff. Okay. It can also be caused by retail traders, although it's not really enough to move the trades up or down, because there's just not enough financial power with retail traders, right? We are considered retail traders. We do not have billions of dollars to be able to move structure up and down willy-nilly, right? That's left for big banks or larger financial institutions. What it means is that it's an unhealthy price action, so that it does form a gap, and that gap eventually needs to be closed. Okay, so how do you identify it on a chart? right? A healthy price action wouldn't leave a gap for anything. So it consists out of nice up and downs with no gaps. So for example, right, by those areas that move straight without gaps, right, you can see right here where it's that fair value gap, there's a big spot that's missing from the previous day's trading and the next day's trading. So it left out this entire area and it shot up with those particular moves, right? So that's what's left with. You can see another one right here, previous day trades followed by the next day trades, it left a gap, okay? And again, right here, there was another gap, right? So they're kind of all over the place. And you can see they don't really happen all that often, like it goes September 21st, and now we've seen November 10th, right? So looks like they've happened, but less frequently than change of structure or break of structures, okay? Now, what you want to understand is how to actually take trades within these zones, okay? I'm not going to be teaching you how to do that. I've set up a tutorial based on all of these, but I just want to show you how this indicator works, that's all. Okay, so this is on the daily time frame right now. Let's drop it to the 4 hour. And with the 4 hour, right, you can see that there's a difference in how this indicator actually appears. Because within the daily time frame, right, if we drop down to a 4 hour or a 1 hour, you're going to see different moves within that time frame, and it's going to help you better zone in on those particular trades. So for example, you can see right here this OBB, right, or what do we call it, an order block for a buy. Okay, it was formed right here. Okay, now because there was an order block formed here, right, what happens? It dropped into that zone and then shot right up. So take a look at the trading masterclass in the video that I explained market structure. It will kind of break this down a little bit further, right? All I want to get at is that this is a very useful indicator if you want to be taking market structure trades. These guys have done a great job making this indicator, so I recommend you check it out. It's going to be very helpful learning where structural trades take place. Okay, rather than trying to guess where the imbalances are, where the structures are, where the supply and demand zones are, this kind of does the work for you. Okay, guys, so check it out. Very useful. And again, it's called Smart Money Indicator, SMM-Smart Money Indicator. And it is found right here in the invite-only scripts. Okay, check out the description. I will post the Discord invite in the link. They don't have any rules as far as inviting your friends or anything like this, so I want to invite everybody to check them out, give them some props, you know, like their content. They're doing a great job, and similar idea with me, they're not looking to gain anything from you. They just want to make sure that this is available for retail traders so you guys can become successful. All right. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next video.